I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory
to
to
Yahawah,
BaHaSham,
Yahawashi,
BaHaSham,
BaHaSham,
Qadash.
Qadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders, GreatMillStone. Shalom to like I did, doing this work of faith, labor, love, truth, sincerity. All right, and we're just coming in spirit with the lesson. At the end it shall speak. So may the Lord speak through us, and may this lesson be edifying. All right, so
Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right, and that's every single day. We pretty much do lessons throughout the week. We go out on the highways and byways, on the weekends or whatever. And I'm saying what we be waiting for the Lord to tell us, or what to speak about every day. We come out with a different topic, what to speak on, because we work through the Lord's vibration, and that vibration starts off with the elders and apostles of GreatMillStone setting off that heavy vibration, and they're bringing out through all Israel, and we all follow up with the same vibration, So, and we know that, a lot of things is going on and stuff now. Buzz just mentioned the stuff about the CBDC, which we're going to get into a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff. So
it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Right, and now we know that we at the end, because the things that the Lord said aforetime, is speaking itself expressively out here now. But the minds of the people, they can't grasp what's actually going on. So into the minds of the masses, the word of the Lord is not speaking. You know what I'm saying? But we can clearly see that it's speaking loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? How brothers always use the analogy or whatever, like with the white man can't jump, like you can't hear Jimmy, or whatever. They just can't hear it, because they don't want to. They don't want to apply themselves to understanding what's actually going on in the world is through the power and the strength of Yahawah, Yahawashi, setting everything off throughout the earth. All the turmoil and different things that's going on. We see what the shooting that just happened, out there in Texas, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And we just had one up in Buffalo, you know what I'm saying. So, and then what, they're going to be trying to enforce more strict gun laws and different things like that to take the guns away from the masses of the people. Really, they want to take them away from Jake, because they wanted to be back like the hardcore bondage days where, all the Edomites, they had all the weapons, and we couldn't walk around with no knife, no gun, or nothing like that. They start off with paddy rollers and all that to be able to patrol the areas. They want to have, their own citizens as a militia, to pretty much take care of us. And then they're going to have other troopers and foreign soldiers coming in to overtake their own citizens, their own people, man. So it's going to be all that trickle down effect.
Yep. So, no, that was it.
That was it. You jump to
Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Right, better is the end of a thing than the beginning of it, because at the end you're looking for what? That reward. You're looking to get out everything that you put into it. So we're looking for the end of this world to come sooner than later, so that we can reap our rewards. We can reap, all the, everything for all of the pain and suffering that we've been through here, while in Babylon and throughout our previous carnations, upon the face of the earth, man. Because we've been suffering for generations upon generation upon generation. Like pretty much in the hospital or whatever, and they could have kept her alive, like put her on on a respirator and all that type of stuff. But she said, "Just let me go. Like, I'm tired. My soul is tired." You know what I'm saying? So that's the same thing for, a lot of people out here, man. Jake's spirit in general is tired, man. But Yahawashi got to come to revive that spirit within them to know who the enemy is and know that our glory is coming, man. You can grab that, matter of fact, in Revelation 6, it's around like 15 or something like that, about all of the dead in the earth.
The book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse the...
like 8, 10, 15, something like that. Somewhere around there.
Okay. Revelation chapter 6, verse 10, 6 and 9. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God and for the testimony which they had held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
So you got us here upon the soils of Babylon. You know, we're waiting for justice. We're, you know, tired of the oppression, tired of everything that Esau's doing, you know, but there's more to come. And how much more, you know, those that are in the spirit world, you know, they've been waiting for their reward, man. You know, they done put in the work, they earned their just due, you know, so they want to be back, you know, in the body, man, in the celestial body. They want to reap their reward. So we all looking to reap our rewards however way you slice it, man. You know, because Esau has a lot to pay for all of his crimes against humanity. You want to talk about, I don't know if you know, can you say the T word or not? Yeah, but you know what I mean? He's yeah, we won't watch the word and know whatever, but he's the top, I don't know, bandit of the world, if you will. You know what I'm saying? The one that's the most corrupt in the world, because in Psalms of three holy children it said that thou hast sent us unto the most lawful, most unlawful, the most hateful, forsake us, and unjust in all the world, man. And that's Esau. His hands is in everything upon the face of the earth. You know, you can't go to one part of the earth where he doesn't have, you know, his hands in there, man. You know, trying to muddy up the waters of this government, or trying to grab some resources from this government, so on and so forth. So all the nations is tired, man, you know?
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? You know, I'm just saying, just because the brother's bringing out, Esau got his hands in everything. Because why? He's the wicked, and the earth was given into his hands. And it's only for a temporary time, you know? That's why we got to bear, you know, what we got to go through now to see salvation. Because soon, hey, this is the beginning of sorrows. You're seeing gas prices going up. You see a famine. On there was an article yesterday that I came across. Malaysia, all right, they're not going to distribute, I forgot the number, but they're not going to distribute chicken anymore after June 1st. It was another one also, Russia, Ukraine. I think it's Ukraine. They're not able to produce wheat, so we're going to run out of wheat. You know, so really this is that beginning, man. Okay, and it's going to come quick. It's going to come fast, man. You know, Lord's willing, man.
Hey, and that's a beautiful thing for all of these things to be happening, especially, you know, a famine, you know, upon the mass things. What first it was just the baby formula.
Yeah.
Now it's that what you just said or whatever. So it's only going to be more things, you know, that's coming down the pipeline. You got that in Second Ezra, it's 15 around, like it's like after 10, somewhere around there, like the seed shall fail and all of that.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I found another one real quick while the brother grabbed that. There's an article that says, beg India to reconsider wheat export ban as soon as possible, IMF chief. You know?
And the wheat that these places is producing anyway is a bunch of GMO wheat anyway. You know what I'm saying? Regular wheat, that's GMO itself, man. They splice that from the actual wheat, which is known as spelt. Because if you ever get spelt flour or anything like that, it'll tell you it's wheat. Spelt is the natural wheat, man. You know, so they took spelt and other things and conjugated it up to produce the wheat that we have now. So people would tend to think that wheat bread is better than white bread. It might be slightly, you know what I'm saying? But at the end, because the white bread is bleached and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's still all GMO at the end of the day any damn way, man. You know, and this is why the Lord going to put it to where you're going to have to learn how to fend it for yourself. You're going to have to learn how to do some sort of farming or gardening or different things like that until they wind up trying to outlaw that. You know what I'm saying? Because all of these things are going to happen. You know, and I be, you know, having to do deliveries around these rich people's houses and stuff like that, and these big farms. Hey, they prepared, man. They got stuff, all types of stuff stocked all up, so they ain't worried about no famine or nothing like that, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I was gonna hit the point for you, but if I start at 1, it's even good.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Hey, so why is also what the Lord said? What? Because these things are faithful and true. And basically, what? If you don't have belief, hey, you shall die in your unfaithfulness. And the Lord is telling you why it's happening. Why? Because all of your hurtful works are exceedingly polluting the earth. That's why this is happening, man. But people not trying to fathom that. They trying to like, oh, well, we need to fix world hunger. Oh, what's wrong with the president? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with the whole world in general? Look at who's leading, man. You know, you got to come back to your leader, the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah, everyone want rights. You got this group, they want their rights. You got the moles, the transformers.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants you to stop using certain pronouns. You want people to stop using words, man. You know, to identify what they see, you know. It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit.
Hey, because what? Because the Lord said, basically in Revelations, like what their sins have reached up to the heavens, man. So the Lord is at that point where, okay, this is what I was waiting for, like you see, like a thermometer or something, and the boiling point is going up. You know what I mean? It done hit 103 degrees on that thermometer, and they're like, all right, now it's time to bring out these sorts of plagues that I said I was going to bring up out on the face of the earth. Now it's time to make these people feel my wrath. You know what I'm saying? And know who I am. That's what, because it's all about the name of the Lord and his power at the end of the day anyway. He want to show his power in the earth because so many people out here of our people are unfaithful, and to show Esau, hey, you just my creation. I could take you down at any given moment I want to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just to back you real quick. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I've told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Hey, so it's like you got a measuring cup. You know what I mean? You might be measuring the you know, flour to do certain recipes and stuff like that. So the Lord said, what? Measure the time diligently in itself. So, hey, remember back in, you know, like Hurricane Sandy, we thought this is X, Y, Z was going to happen. But we know that was a small thing. So we put a little bit in the measuring cup. Okay, this is what time we in. This is the timeline we in. Now some other prophecies and stuff happen. Okay, now this is what time we in. You know, the whole pandemic. Okay, a little more in the measuring cup. This is what time we in. So we measuring it, and we can see how the sins of the earth are reaching up, and the things that's going on, to know that how much faster the Lord is going to come and rescue us, man.
Yeah, just like you said before, like it's sort of like the Lord got that measuring stick, because we got to measure the time, because we got to understand what time the Lord is putting in the earth.
Yeah.
So he said he will visit the earth in which he made, you know, just to back you up.
Yeah, because that's why the Lord said too, what knowing that all these things are be dissolved, what manner are ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness. So knowing that, like, you got to be in a right frame of mind, knowing the times in which we're living in, and majority of our people is not going to fall in line, man. You know.
And there's even like kind of like a phrase where they say by the book, to where, you know, you might measure something by eye, but if you really go by the book, it's more precise.
Yeah.
You know. So like as we go into the scriptures, we understand precisely, you know what I'm saying, what time we at.
Right. Yep. This is back in 2nd Esdras 15 and 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Hey, so the Lord said, I won't suffer you in the things in which you profanely commit. You know, the word profane means what? Outside of the temple. So all of the things in which your behaviors and the action you're committing, they don't belong in the house of the Lord. So therefore, you don't belong in the house of the Lord, and you don't stand a chance until you correct those ways and get out of your profaneness. You know what I'm saying?
It says, neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Exactly, because when it said what they and things in which they exercise themselves, through us having repetition, of being in the truth for years, scriptures just come to us based upon our repetition and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how people exercise their wickedness. Just how we wake up, we pray unto the Lord, we think of certain scriptures when certain things happen, because we've exercised our righteousness, you know what I'm saying, daily. But people are exercising wickedness, and the first thing they can think of is how to get over and do some bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the way of the people, man. That's the way of the world. That's the way that America has made it, and that's sunken into the minds of the people that they can't think no other way. Everything is, I gotta get mine. I gotta do this. Me. It ain't all about you, man. What about the Lord's program? You know what I'm saying?
The scriptures say, my people are wise to do evil. Mm-hmm. Then another one says, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. It says, behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
And that was the scripture in which we pulled in Revelations to show that those that have died in the Lord already, they rest in, in the spirit world, and they're waiting for their just due, man. Just how we're waiting for our just due, And it talks about that also, 1 Thessalonians 4:16-17,
Verse 10, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Hey, this shit that happened in Buffalo, the flock to the slaughter. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think that was something? Wait till Esau set the troops out here, man.
Yeah.
That's when it's really going to be something. You know what I'm saying? When they really start setting up the firing squads for any little offense that you commit, you know what I'm saying? And just gunning Jake down. I mean, just walking down the street, just bumping you for no reason. Oh, you got a problem, nigga? Gun butt you or something like that, man.
I was gonna say that's what happened in I think Harlem, where you had a white supremacist who was going around stabbing people or whatever. Yeah, they caught him or whatever, but Jake wanted to whoop his ass, but they had the cops like surrounding him and shit like that.
See, because they're gonna protect their own. Whenever it comes to putting their hands on Jake, they're gonna protect their own. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to them doing anything unto us, it's fair game, because that's how the Lord set it up to be. But yet, you niggas out here still don't understand that He is your enemy. You still want to shake hands, make friends, and thinking that we're gonna be one big happy family in the world. It's not set to be like that whatsoever, man. Yeah. The Lord ain't set it up like that. The Lord clearly put a separation between all nations, and that's why He said, I have chosen you to be a special people above all the people upon the face of the earth unto me, man. We are holy, we're sacred, we're consecrated unto the Lord, man. So we're supposed to be separate from all the other nations, man. Our ways, our customs, everything about us is better and different from all the other nations, man.
Yeah, like it says, behold, my people are led as a flock to the slaughter. You look at the fluff news, the social media, the trendy TikToking, all that stuff is leading Israel, the people into a slaughter to be destroyed because you have no knowledge. The scriptures say, what's that?
Destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And because thou hast rejected knowledge, He will also reject thee.
Yeah, because like the scriptures say, before it come forth, I tell you of it. And we always been telling the people of these different operations that these devils is doing. As far as, and if you play into it, what I'm saying, that's as the brother read, you being led as a flock to the slaughter, because they always have simulations. Okay, when I do this how many people should die. When I do that, this many people should die.
Right, and then, just what just happened in 2020, 2021, even now, they told you to go get that, what, and these people was in droves, man, in the line getting tested, all that, man.
And also with a lot of these things happening with the mass killings and shootings and things like that, Esau really tested it out to see how the people are going to react. They want to see how wild and crazy you might potentially be, so they know how to quell the herd when that time comes. But people just shouting and saying things on social media, but really ain't no action. So Esau like, man, we got this. We know it's going to be a few of them here and there once it ramps up a little bit. But based upon the numbers, our trajectory, we predict this hypothesis to be such and such and such and such. We got this in the bag. That's how they think, man. With their think tanks and all the different things and organizations that they got set up, the plot, plan, and strategize, they think they got it in the bag, man. They really think that they're going to win the overall war against the people in general, the children of the Most High and the Most High himself.
Right.
You know?
Right. It says, I would not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, which this Egypt is America, man. All right, it's not talking about old ancient Egypt. It's talking about the land of bondage, man. You know, where the Israelites are scattered, man. So verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahawah shall bring upon it.
Even in Egypt, after the Lord smote Egypt and the plagues as before, that's when Pharaoh started to realize, okay, let me get these niggas out of here. You know, and you know, through the Spirit, he's also going to come down on the Israelites after the Lord brings all these plagues. You know,
hey, since the brother said that, right? Real quick, you sent me the article based on you know.
Oh yeah, he sent that. Yeah, breaking everything down. That was good.
I just read the 10 plagues. It says number 1, water turned to blood. Number 2, frogs. Number 3, lice. Then it was flies. Then it got something called moran. It's saying anthrax. It's some sort of disease in the body, right? It says number 6, boils. Thunder in hell. Number 7. Number 8, locusts. Number 9, darkness. Now darkness, blackouts. Number 10, the firstborn are slain. And then it says the parting of the Red Sea. You know?
So those things are definitely on smaller scales. A lot of those different things happen.
Yeah.
And especially what plagues of the body and stuff like that. We know what we just had with the pandemic, the monkey thing that's coming through. All the different plagues, they represent a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then, what you think? What was the last 2 again?
The last 2, locusts and darkness. Well, darkness and then the firstborn are slain.
Yeah, because the firstborn ultimately, that's one of the last plagues, because the firstborn going to be slain when the thermonuclear destruction is hit, man. You know what I'm saying? The troops and all that, that's what's going on. And then the parting of the Red Sea is equatable to us being brought up in the chariots, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, when you look at all these plagues, the only thing I haven't seen was the frogs and the lice. But the flies you've seen certain a couple years ago.
Right?
Yeah. You know? But just get back real quick. This is 2nd Esdras 15.
Even with the flies, they were saying how Bill Gates is like making those GMO flies or whatever, and then sending them out for some shit like that. Yeah, mosquitoes.
But it says 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For they shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right, so, you know, we always got to mention certain movie references and stuff like that. The role, what's the other one with that wrestler dude? That one's always
Bushwick?
too official. Yeah, the Bushwick. You know what I'm saying? People doing things and having things in their own power because they're not going to be able to trust in the government and the society at hand. Because the government itself is going to see their ultimate corruptness firsthand accounts on a daily basis. So you know you're not going to be able to trust them. So people going to take everything that they have into their own hands. I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? You know, people strapped up with whatever type of artillery they, especially down there in the South, they ain't going to be playing no games, man. They're going to be protecting their property, making sure they got every stacked up. I'm pretty sure anybody, they're going to be having bodies laid out in front lawns and all types of things, man. It's going to get real ugly and nasty out there, man.
Hey, go ahead. And I was going to say, it's some certain shows it's good to watch now is what's that show? It's called Doomsday Prepper. That's a good one to watch, showing you how Esau be getting down. And there's another one called Naked and Afraid. You know, going to show you what will happen when these families come.
Yeah, real quick, I made a mistake and skipped 12 and 13. So it says, verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahawah shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fell through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation. Woe unto the world and them that are there. Woe unto the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
And they show you that in the movie The Siege. In fact, I gotta watch that again because I saved it on my little thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? With Denzel and Bruce Willis. You know what I'm saying? They cutting off cities and stuff like that. Especially if you're in a place like New York or different places like that. It's an island, man.
Yeah.
You'll really be trapped and you can't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because the bridges, you're surrounded by bodies of water. You know, at least if you're somewhere else, you probably stand a chance. But if you're on an island, you shit out of luck, man.
Hey, even if you're in a city, because we in the city, and you got these different cities right next to each other. So you got the borderlines, Irvington, Easton, Union, Hillside, North. So therefore, when they was doing the quarantining in 2020, there was certain places that you didn't want to go down. Not that they had it blocked off, but they had it to where they was doing check stops. So it was like, basically it's blocked off. I ain't going that way, so I got to find another way to get into Irvington. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can see it.
And even in the beginning, there was the only people that could be out supposedly was the essential workers. So that could be another way of, like, you know, trying to figure out what you're doing out.
Yeah.
Or you're not supposed to. And then what was that? I can't remember what exactly that was, but you could only go out at a certain time, like depending on your social security number or something like that. You could only go out to buy food. I think that was in China actually.
Wow.
Shit like that.
Hey, shit going to get so bad. Just how we see in the movies, people going to really be trying to use the fucking sewers to travel through blocks and shit. Like somebody going to get a blueprint and see how the sewers is connected to see where you can go to go underground. So I can imagine that, just walking down the street, seeing niggas just hop up out the sewer and shit.
Well, downtown North. Hey, when we camp back, you know, there's a I don't know if I ever showed y'all.
I remember you talking about.
It was a bum in there one time, climbing out of the shit, because the first layer right there is really nothing. You really could be down there.
Be down there and living, chilling down
unless
there.
the floods come up, you know, the waters. But I seen I was driving and I seen dude, he popped the gate over and came out the store. I said, what the fuck? Right there where we at, right there, yeah. And that shit's still open. It's still open. When you step, so I be like, don't step on this shit.
Fucking Ninja Turtles and fucking what's the rat name?
Oh, Splinter.
Yeah, Splinter.
This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
So what you think is happening over there now? We don't really hear that much stuff about the Ukraine and all that stuff, but you best believe there's a lot of stuff still going on. I mean, that's not really being shown.
Women get raped.
Exactly. Great.
By military.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, because you know, whenever wars go on, that raping is a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a heavy thing. You know, and you can even in Iraq and all that stuff, even dudes was getting raped and complaining about it and stuff like that. Or take it back to the 90s. I had read the article about the Bosnian wars, and they was talking about how, you know, once they destroy you and take you over and they take your woman, said, I pollute you and I pollute your race. You know what I'm saying? Because they was trying to perform an ethnic cleansing to eradicate a certain people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So these things are going to be heavily prevalent, and guess what? It's ugly, but these are part of the prophecies, man. You know?
Be like a madman sparing none.
Yeah.
It says, behold, saith Yahawah, I will call together the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanons, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them.
Exactly. So the Lord going to turn all of the faces of the kings of the earth, you know, against one another, to shoot thermonuclear fire upon one another. What was that old G.I. Joe movie? You know what I'm saying? When they was at that round table.
Yeah,
they shot off the missiles and all that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Esau knows what time it is. They giving you a glimpse in these movies and things, man. You know, these movies are based upon prophecy. You know what I'm saying? Or surrounding someone prophecy. They might try to hide this or do this a little different, but they're all based upon prophecy, man. You know?
Yeah, I'll read this one right here. Next verse. It says, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, thus saith Yahawah. So the Lord said in a few scriptures, different precepts, he will take them in the devices that they have imagined, you know. Hey, man, the Lord is going to recompense tribulation to those that trouble us, man, because the Lord has a chosen. Now, his chosen is the Israelites, all right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, so-called West Indians, so-called Haitians, Hispanics, all right, the tribe, you know, the so-called Native American Indians, if I didn't say it, all right, these are the chosen people of the Lord, but then there's a chosen within that chosen, which is the Lord's elect, okay?
You still got that Ecclesiastes 7 and 8.
Yeah, back at Ecclesiastes 7 and 8, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Right, so, you know, who's the proudest? The proudest spirit is Esau. That's why he about to be taken off of his high horse, off of that throne that he's on. You know what I'm saying? And who's the patient? The patient is us. Well, because the word patient means suffering. So we the ones who suffering. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have no choice but to suffer. So we always say, well, why not suffer for the Lord? Why not suffer for righteousness' sake if you gotta suffer any goddamn way, man? Because it's nothing we can ultimately do on a mass scale about our situation. The Lord ain't meant for us to get together and raise up our people here in Babylon. So what? We gotta suffer until the Lord come back, man.
Yeah. It says,
Hey, you know what? Just to back it too, this is our prison. This is a punishment.
Yeah.
So once you understand that this is a punishment, you know, that'll ease, you know, the tension within, you know, the hardship that's in your mind. Because it really is in your mind, man. You know, you suffering, you got to learn how to take the suffering the right way. Scriptures say, cast out burdens upon the Lord, and he shall sustain you.
Right, America is a big prison camp, you know, for the children of Israel, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And that's why, you know, we pretty much, a lot of us live in our minds, and we seeing the images on TV and stuff, and we want that. Because we all suffering here within this American jail overall, and we hoping for better, we looking for better. But our people don't know how to actually go after it. And the way to go after it is searching these scriptures and understanding the Lord and understanding who you are.
and if I could add, as we just read, it says, for the patient in spirit better than the proud in spirit. And, you know, coupling that with the precept the brother had read about, because of their pride, the city shall be destroyed. And basically, people going to go out and try to get it on their own. And this proves that, you know, for the elect, it's not for you to go out and riot. You know what I'm saying? It's not for you to think, well, I just got to go loot to get some.
Yeah.
You know, because you're going to get caught up in crossfires and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Get caught up, you know what I'm saying, when Esau come down, taking those looters or whatever and rioters to the concentration camps.
Yeah, you know, Jake is greedy, so we as prophets, man, we got to wait upon the Lord, and we got to trust the Lord, which is trusting in the process of the Lord. You might got food and things in the crib when you good, but then you seeing the people, you know, somebody may call you a relative, yo, you better hit the store, get what you can. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need to be there. You got shit in the house. What you there being greedy for? So then you get caught into something, man. But the true men of the Lord gonna guide his men, man. He gonna make sure that there's a hedge there, you know?
It says, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry. Okay, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. I'll read it again. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools.
Right, because the point is that we're going to see a lot of things that we don't like. Now, you know, we're seeing all these killings and different things happen. Most, obviously, Jake don't like that. But the Lord tell you what, anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Meaning don't act upon your anger. Because all that's going to do is bring about more hardships for you and ultimately death in the wrong way. The only way you really want to accept death is in the name of Yahawashi, you doing something righteous, man. You don't want to just be out here protesting, thinking you're doing the right thing, and the Lord don't count your death as nothing righteous, man. So people's really out here putting their lives on the line for nothing. We putting our lives on the line for a reason. It's for the kingdom, it's for the love of the Lord, man, you know?
Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these? But thou didst not inquire wisely concerning this.
Exactly. So the Lord saying, don't worry about why the former days were better than these. You know what I'm saying? Because people going to be like, damn, man, I remember when, because Jake already say that without hard times. Damn, I remember when, you know, a loaf of bread was $1.10. You know what I'm saying? I remember when such and such. Remember when the Lord Debbie cakes was 25 cents. You know what I'm saying? The CNC soda's 35 cents. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like $1. You know what I'm saying? Little things like that. Jake is, because now what Jake complaining, we talking about what, the gas and all that. You said what over there in what, the Holland is?
Yeah, $8.
$8. What, California, what, like $6, $7. Here in Jersey, like $4 and some change or some shit like that. Yeah, they're $5, you know what I'm saying? So people in their minds, they're gonna be thinking like, damn, man, things need to go back to how they used to. Not understanding that things are not gonna go back that way, and you shouldn't even want things to go back. You should want things to constantly get worse, because that means that our salvation is nearer than when we believe, man. You know?
That's funny. Your brother said that. I was just thinking about how Jake, you know, they even saying Trump 2024. You know what I mean? It's just going to show you that they wish Trump was back in office. You know what I'm saying? So they could still live it. So they could still live somewhat more properly.
Hey, and there's a lot of Jakes too who actually voted for Biden wanting Trump to come back, because when Trump was in, hey, the money was flowing. You know what I'm saying? But with Biden in office, ain't shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Trump had the money flowing, especially for businesses and stuff like that. I mean, shit was booming. You know.
This is Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword of destruction.
Hey, worrying about all of the things in Babylon, worrying about money, hey, it's polluting our people's minds. Worshiping money is polluting our people's minds. You know what I'm saying? Worried about the folly of this world is polluting our people's minds. Being covetous after the things that Esau has is polluting our minds and stuff. The thing we're supposed to be covetous after is being covetous after the love of the Lord, man. We want to be in favor with the Heavenly Father so that we can receive mercy. That's what we're supposed to be covetous after, man. You know, not the things of this world, because we know that what the fashion of this world passes away. And that's going to happen very soon, you know? Got something?
Yeah, I got some. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16, you know, because we all gonna come, what's the scripture say? We shall be changed into a low estate, you know? And right now we low, you know, we're at the bottom. So how much low could we get, right? But really, the Lord is going to increase brothers. He increasing brothers' strength, faith, you know, so that they're able to bear the troubles, you know, and to get around what's coming. Because why? The Lord has an elect that he's going to deliver, man. So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 16 and verse 36. Behold, the word of the Lord receive it. Believe not the gods whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. And when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compassed her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So comparing to this time, all right, we're in the beginning of sorrows, all right, you can compare this time to a woman giving birth, man. You know, when that woman water breaks, she has to have that baby. There's no pause in it, all right? She gets those pains, she goes into the emergency room, and then she gets those contraction pains when the baby is coming out, and she got to push. And then she might get a breather, the pain go away. Then when the contraction pains, she got to push. You know, so sort of like these prophecies, man. It says that when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compassed her womb. Which is that, hey, if you got a woman, if you got, you know, a baby mother, you know, seeing your children, you know, being in the hospital at the time, or whatever the case may be, according to law, you ain't supposed to be there. But, you know, brothers, men who's in the world, just coming into the truth, you know, you might have seen your woman give birth. You know that woman is going through hell, man. The way she's screaming, the way she's cursing you out, she is not the same, man. You know, it's like a bad toothache, man. You're not the same until that pain go away. So it says, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment, because it just comes. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thou battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. You know, now etymology of the word pilgrim, it means what? It means to vagabond, to travel, but it also means to look for a miracle. You know, so the brothers, as we were speaking about before, you know, you don't want to hold on to anything. You got to be as a pilgrim, looking for a miracle and being on your way. You know, letting things go. You know, whatever's being left behind, it has to be left behind. And that day, you know, you might have a loved one, they may pass, and guess what? You're not going to be able to sorrow over them and have a full mourning period. See, now it's a mercy call. The Lord calls someone out of your life, it's a mercy call. So now you can mourn them the right way. But in that day, as it says in Jeremiah, they shall be as dung upon the streets. You know, you're going to have bodies left and right all over the street, not being, you know, buried properly right. You know, that's kind of like a shameful death in a sort of way. So you got to look at what the Lord's mercies are for now, man, and see the Lord's grace that he's given us, man. It says, Salaki, it says, verse 41, he that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise, as he that have no profit buy it, and he that buildeth, as he that have not the wealth therein. He that soweth, as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers. It says, and therefore they that labor, labor in vain. For strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives. For in captivity and famine they shall get children. Excuse me, in famine shall they get children. It says, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, saith the Lord.
Hey, because, you know, people gonna feel like it's in that time when things get so scarce and get on like the book of Eli level, you know, people gonna cherish the fact that, yeah, we got all this shit. Because in that time, remember how you fucking think of a shampoo, how they marveled at that, you know what I'm saying? Or just water, or just certain little things, or being able to trade certain little things. That's going to mean the world to people. So the barter system is going to come back heavy into effect, because that's how we used to do it a lot of things anyway. Like if you ain't have money or something, you'll use the barter system, you know? You make a fair, what y'all consider a fair trade. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to go back to the time, and people that have a bunch of stuff, you know, from looting other homes and different things like that, you're going to feel like you're rich in that time, you know, because the power is going to be in your hands, you know, to do as you will, you know, with the rest of the people and the items and things like that, man, you know?
That shows you that show on Netflix, Containment. Remember when they had shut off the one part of the city, you had the thugs, they took over the convenience store?
Oh yeah, the store, exactly. See, stuff like that, that's what the Lord is talking about. When you do that, the Lord is going to be even more angry for those reasons, man. You know, because instead of calling into him and asking for help, you know, hey, you taking it upon yourself, you know, to loot from your brother. Right. When y'all all in the same boat. This is what the Lord trying to get our people to understand. We all in the same boat. Wake up and realize where our power, where our strength lies. You got this new thing now, but these people that be into all of this so-called spirituality and fucking astrology and all this other shit, you know, they be like, yeah, I'm into it because I want to take my power back. That's bullshit, man. You want to take power into your own hands because you don't see no other way out, and you don't have no trust in the Lord, man. This is how we take our power back. It's by gaining our identity back and knowing who our Heavenly Father is, knowing that's where our power lies at, man. You ain't taking your power back on your own without the Heavenly Father. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah, because, hey, the Lord wants you to look upon him and have faith in that day. I was trying to get the scripture again, but David, when he fought Goliath, he told Goliath, he come in the name of the Lord, you know? And it was through the Most High that he was able to slay Goliath with that slingshot or with that rock that sunk into his head, man. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, we can't rely on carnal things. You know, that's why it's a must in this truth to be spiritual, man, to be sincere and to truly have faith in the Lord and believe, because we're going to get brought to a low state. You know, in that day, you're going to have faith in the Lord. So like the brother said, if you go out and try to get it on your own, you know, and you out there looting with the rest of them, then you know, basically you kind of like going off, man. You know, not saying that if you know, the Lord make an opportunity for you to take something, hey, you there, get it, you know. Yeah. But don't make it your business to be a part of the damn crowd, man. The scriptures say, follow not the multitude to do evil. You know, these people don't know what's coming. They're gonna be running around here with their heads cut off, man. But the point is that having that faith in the Lord, that He's gonna sustain you, man.
Yeah, just to back you with the in Samuel or whatever, I'll read two verses. 1 Samuel 17, 37, then I'll jump to 45. It says, 1 Samuel 17 and 37, David said, moreover, the Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, He will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said unto David, go, and the Lord be with thee. Now jump to the point, verse 45. Then David said to the Philistine, thou comest to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield, but I come to thee in the name of the Lord of hosts, the power of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied.
Yeah, he defied because he tried to curse, you know, the power of Israel out, man. That's just like Esau today, man. You know, they curse, and like this guy Vocab, man, he keeps trying to push that we're not the Israelites, but then he's the same one that tells you that the Israelites are grown. You know, what was it, 3 million? I forgot the number, Salakia, but a certain number that he discovered that all these, you know, people all of Jake waking up to the fact that they're Israelites, man. You know, it's a little more, man. Yeah, I think it's right there on that point too.
Verse 46. This day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand, and I will smite thee and take thy head from thee, and I will give the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a power in Israel.
Yeah, and the Lord does these things. That's why being brought to a low state, the Lord's going to show His power, man. You know, He's bringing Esau up. Jacob is going to get very low, but then it's going to be a reversal of roles, man. You know, spiritual powers, man. Hey, there was a video that just came, I seen earlier today, and I ain't seen this video in years, but it was basically this guy, he was exposing a whistle. Well, I don't want to, I guess he's a whistleblower, but he used to work with these elites. I don't know the particular, I got to send the video again, show you the video again, but he spoke about some man coming, a black man, he said. It was, you seen that
today? Yeah, brother was going over.
Yeah, it was he said it was a black man that came to these elites and was doing miracles like Yahawashi. And then they tried to shoot him up. They tried to put him on a plane. They did that, and they tried to kill him. They tried to separate his body parts, but then he just appeared right in the office. I mean, if that story's true, that has to be an angel, man. And I look and see that as a faith booster, because the Lord is going to be with His people, you know.
And it's funny you said that. I was watching it today on the other brother Malcolm. He was talking about it. He was saying how he actually came back, like you said, to the elites after they chopped up his body. He separated him.
Yeah.
He appeared and he said, you know, you was able to take me out, but at the end there's gonna come people like me that you can't take out.
Right. Which is spiritual powers, man. Spiritual powers. Brothers gonna perform those miracles. Yahawashi said, you shall do greater works than him. You know? But it's a little bit more. I still got it here. Or you can read that again. Just to make a point. Just want to stress the point that everything it's all about Yahawah BaHaSham Yahawashi, man. The Lord does everything, literally, man. You know, this bird right here probably just got a worm. The Lord did that. You know?
There's a certain verse, or just keep reading down from where I was at.
Where you was at? Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll take it.
All right, verse 47. And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saveth not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and He will give you into our hands.
See, the battle is of the Lord. Right now, we're going through a spiritual battle, man. You know, you're battling yourself and your mind to get yourself together and get prepared and ready. You know, the Lord is going to increase you. The battle is of the Lord, man. You know, only the Heavenly Father, through Yahawashi, is going to do the heavy lifting. All we got to do is teach. That's all we got to do. You know, everything else, you know, when the Lord shut the prophets up, hey, just chill out. You know, that's the point. Yeah, that's it. I got something real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man of the golden wedge of Ophir.
Yeah, and it's just like we had mentioned that camp, you know, last week or whatever. You know, like the vibration of the earth right now that Esau is pushing, you know, through his various agendas, you know, whether it's, you know, picking women up, putting them on the pedestal, you know, putting the alphabet gang, you know what I'm saying, up on the pedestal, giving them rights over us. So the vibration of the earth is to shit on men in general. You know what I'm saying? And Esau is doing that ultimately to paint that narrative. So look how, you know, comedians say something, you know what I mean? They getting so-called canceled and different things like that. So when Esau is ready to put that full scope on us, imagine how the people going to feel. You know what I'm saying? Imagine, look at how they did with Kevin Samuels and how they was happy about his death and the things that went on with him, right, and the events and how they was talking. So once they put, you know, that full spotlight on us, how we mention, how we call out women for their stuff, how we call out this whole society, how we talk about, you know, them. When they put that full scope on us, you know, the people is going to want to tear us to shreds, just how they did Kevin Samuels or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? That they would set up, especially when it comes to our own people. You know, they want to tear your head off more than Esau do, man. You know, when all we doing at the end of the day is actually looking out for you, but you just don't like how the message is being handed to you, man. You know, which is BS.
Like even was a few years back with the demon of light, and Apostle brought it out. You know, when the scriptures speak about how, you know, in the ancient world he dealt with young women. Yeah. And basically that's all he needed. That's all he needed as ammo to bring other people against us. You know, saying that they want to kill us. They didn't even know anything about what we said, but just that. You know, Esau's the king of lies, so that's what he does, and he's going to do in his media.
Yeah. So real quick, this is Isaiah 58 and 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. So that's what we're supposed to be out here doing. Now, the word that that's popular now, and see, that's why I love it, because everything that the people be talking about now, it goes right into the scriptures, because the Lord told us to show my people their transgression, the house of Jacob their sins. Basically what we're doing is trying to hold our people accountable, because people use the word accountable like, oh, you need to learn some accountability. You need to be held accountable for this, accountable. I'm hearing that word all over the place. But why? Because the Lord told our people, you know, told us to hold our people accountable for their sins, for their actions, and clean up your ways. You know, another big term that our people be using, I want to break these generational curses. They don't understand what the fuck they saying. You're not going to break the curses that the Lord put on us, man. You got to suffer through them. Through the curses, what we're supposed to learn who we are. The Lord gave us the curses. Is obviously it's a curse, but it's a blessing at the same time, because the Lord left the scriptures here for us to use, you know, and to see the things that's going on with our people, for us to be able to wake up, man. You know, so the Lord used it as a punishment and as a tactic for us to realize, hold up, this tribe going through this people going through this. Hey, we the same people. We going on through this because the Lord wants us to bring us back. Hey, we the ones that stubborn, stiff, and hard neck. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord used it like that, man. And people don't even realize it. Talking about the breaking generational curses, holding people accountable, and all type of sayings and lingo that people using. Hey, the Lord is making you say these things for you to wake up out of that bullshit that you in and realize that he's talking to you, man.
Yeah, I had a precept just showing you how much they hated the Lord, how they gonna hate us. This is Matthew 27 and 15. Now at the feast, the governor was wont to release unto the people a prisoner whom they would. And they had then a notable prisoner called Barabbas. Therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, whom will ye that I release unto you, Barabbas or Yahawashi, which is called Hamashiach? For he knew that for envy they had delivered him. When he had sat down on the judgment seat, his wife sent unto him, saying, have thou nothing to do with that just man? For I have suffered many things this day in a dream because of him. So you got Pilate's wife telling him, have nothing to do with Yahawashi. She suffered she suffered many dreams because of Yahawashi, man. So it says, but the chief priests and elders persuaded the multitude that they should ask Barabbas and destroy Yahawashi. The governor answered and said unto them, whether of the twine will ye that I release unto you? They said, Barabbas. Pilate said unto them, what shall I do then with Yahawashi, which is called Hamashiach? They all said unto him, let him be crucified. And the governor said, why? What evil have he done? But they cried out the more, saying, let him be crucified. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person, see ye to it. Then answered all the people and said, his blood be on us and on our children, man. So that shows you how much the Lord's people hated the Yahawashi, man. So how much more us? So how you mentioned about Kevin Samuel, man, that's a glimpse, man. The Lord always putting those little glimpses, you call it glimpses, you know, preludes.
Yeah, little
preludes out there, man. Yeah. They went on Twitter and they was cursing this man out, happy, celebrating that he died. Yeah. He's just a YouTuber.
Yeah, even on major platforms, Vivica Fox and Brevin, major platforms, like you said, he's just a YouTuber. They didn't want to talk about him before, but then all of a sudden they want to talk about him. Too Short too.
Yeah, the old, you know, the rapper Too Short. He got on stage and was talking about Samuel after he died. It's like you're talking about this man, he been dead for a couple of weeks.
That's crazy.
You know, but that's, you know, that's the point. That's the point. Yeah, this is
and he was a whoremonger, so right. How the hell you know what I mean? Come on, man.
So how much more us brothers, man? You know? But hey, all praises to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, man. Because these things must come to pass, man. You know, like the title, in Habakkuk 2, in the end it shall speak. You know, yesterday there was a video from Alibaba, funny name. You know, this spokesman for the Economic Forum, he spoke about how they're creating, and it's in the works. What is it? What did he say? Carbon footprint tracker. You know,
that's a big tech company in China, right? Like Alibaba.
I don't know, but his name is something Evans.
Oh, it's a guy.
It's a guy. Yeah, it's a
company. Okay. No.
Yeah, it's a guy, and he spoke about it, so we know what that is, man. We know what that is. We ain't gotta say it. You should know. You know, just read Revelations 13:16 on down. Get into that word mark. That word mark goes into the Greek word charagma, and you should know what that is. And how many videos the brothers, apostles put up, elders, man, you gotta know what it is, man. You know.
Real quick, Psalms 59:1. Deliver me from my enemies, O my God. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloody men. And yeah, that's the spirit. I was going to say the elder Madagan, he had did the lesson in the Hebrew. It says Vashigabnaya Alahaya Naya, you know, which means defend me my power. You know, certain short prayers, you know, brothers put up for themselves and for the elect.
Real quick, let me bring this out. Bugging me. 2 Corinthians 4. This is 2 Corinthians 4:1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not. You know, we faint not, man. We receive mercy by being called into the truth. Now it's about if we the chosen, if we endure. So it's all about enduring.
And you know, like with that, like we faint not, because I was watching something on social media, and this guy was like, pretty much like where when motivation fails, discipline has to take over. You know, and we are young disciples of the Lord, so hey, we have to be disciplined in all of our ways, you know, if we want to be able to endure to the end. You know?
Yeah, seek mercy now, man. Seek mercy now while you can. Scriptures say, seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Because soon there's going to be a famine on the word. You ain't going to get lessons no more from brothers. They're going to cut channels, man. They're going to take it all down, man. Shit, it's going to be a blackout, man. You know, then what? You can't think you're going to find a prophet and think you're going to be safe. listen, man, you gotta work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. Because guess what? None of us brothers can save anyone, man. We hoping that we delivered, man. You know, so that's why you gotta eat this word and eat it with sincerity and of truth. If it ain't of truth, you know, pray to the Lord. You don't understand something? Research it, ask questions, man. But get to the truth. Anything of a lie, get rid of it, man. Get rid of it.
Just like it real quick, you know, brothers can look up for you new brothers, you know, even look up prayers of Rawchaa Qadash on the YouTube. You know, so you can build up that relationship with Yahawashi and Yahawashi in a pure language.
Yeah, the brother Yashawamba in Dallas, I remember years ago he said you gotta forwarding yourself, like how you make brothers made of oils and stuff like that. Like just getting stronger in the faith, you know, like how you just said, praying in the Hebrew. You want to put those Hebrew prayers up. We can pray in this bastard tongue English, the Lord knows we is, but it'll be more impacting, powerful if you put it and harmonize it with the Hebrew, man.
Vibration.
Yeah. Yep.
So with that, you know, we hope the segment was edifying. You know, at the end we shall speak. Definitely seeing things constantly moving out through all the earth. You know, so you know, may the Lord, you know, hurry up and bring this kingdom to an end. You know, and may we receive salvation and righteousness. You know, and endure to the end. You know, so with that, all the segment was edifying, but keep on praise, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
The one to the apostles and the elders of GreatMillStone. Shalom to like out there. Those were the faith, love, sincerity. Shalom. Shalom to brothers in the coming forward.
Shalom, brothers. Shalom. Shalom.